Want to go pick chilies? No, it's nice and cold, isn't it? There's a hammock, but it's probably wet. Got a Sili transplant going on over here, and then just this our normal check, and that's our okra. Looks like we're gonna pull in a little bit of harvest of okra, and that this stuff is super itchy, but it seems to be doing really well in the soil right here. One thing we ever planted here before was our first batch of jalapeno, habaneros and everything, and now we got Sili. So I think it's a good complement crop to each other. Haven't done too much to the land, just let it be, and just normal practices. So it's good. Our Sili's doing really good with that. This is a second harvest for this week, so it's Saturday. I think we were here on like Wednesday, so pulled in 2 harvests this week out of this field. So not bad, still good flowering. I see a little bit of issues on the chili pepper where it looks kind of like decayed. That could be like anthracosis, but you never know. Most of them are just gonna not be happy. It's been hot and then rainy, then hot and then rainy as we start switching seasons. June, you're normally gonna switch into a wet season. Right now it feels like it's just always wet, and everyone will say La Nina, El Nino, and whatever. It feels like it's just about the same. The place that we grow is just always wet. For right now, it's always wet. So we'll go take a look at greenhouse 1. Had them organize it, clean it, prune it back, and then remove all that stuff. We had a caterpillar infestation out of nowhere. That was kind of random. We really had no signs that we had caterpillar. We did have some curling chilies, but normally who knows exactly what that actually meant. So what I did is I had them chop it down, generate a lot of that triggered them to go red. So whenever you mess with the top of the plant, that's how you can also get your peppers to turn colors faster, because you're directing all that energy now back down into the fruit and just maintain it. Because these are chilies and they're small type chilies, it's like a way for me to cheat and to get them to do what I want without having to pump them full of stuff. So they're just cleaning up here and then back there. So we'll go walk through. But yeah, so you can see I just chopped it all up, just easy, quick pick today. Not too bad. I just have them chop it up on the sides and then chop the top. So now it's about 6 to 7 feet, and then that energy goes back down into the fruit and then triggers it just like that. So this is a second harvest on our chili inside the greenhouse. Hopefully we kept all the green peppers that were there. They're still good. I just want to make sure that they're being reused. So that looks really good. I don't see too much issues with this greenhouse. It's a good way to get everything. What I'm trying to do is really get them into the habit of training, to just chop these back. Because they grow so quick, we can kind of, let's flip it on, we can kind of manage how they grow and then what size that they end up growing at, because we control the nutrient that we put into it. So I don't see any other issues with that. Plus, if we did have any other caterpillar pests that were unknown, I now just removed the top part of the caterpillar home. So like here, I really like 1 meter wide pathways. It's just a lot easier to work in for our guys and just me to shoot video and walk through and do my maintenance checks. So we found that the 5-row 1 meter pathway all the way around the greenhouse works really good. So this one looked pretty good. Glad that we're getting a second harvest out of here. So we're pulling in about 20 to 30 kilos a week between the little field and this greenhouse. It's not as prevalent as I would like. It could be a little bit better, but these are small fruited chilies, so there might just be something to that effect, that if you grew a different type of pepper, it'd be a little bit more advantageous. You can see the field ones grow, but now when you look at some of these, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 chilies just on this one branch, and then it has another branch that has about 10 chilies. So it could be something to that effect, of the way that I let them grow initially could have been a cause. So here's the part where I really want the pathways. I always debated about getting one of those little shears where you just like run them up down the side and just keep them all in there, because you're not really too worried about it. If you look at this one right here, we're just trying to find ways to keep them. I mean, this is nice sized pepper, we're just trying to find ways just to keep them constantly in stock, constantly harvesting each week. And this is the best way that I found, is to just let it grow wild, grow big, thick tree-like branches, go whichever way you want to go, and then I chop you and tell you to go this way. And it seems to work okay. This is a super heat. I gotta zoom out. This is a super heat, and then we grow the red hot. That's just a thinner type one. So everything looks pretty good. I don't see any leaks. One of the reasons I like it when they sweep is I can see soil colorations in the bottom, so I can just take a look, because we did have them clean the greenhouse. As you can see, like that, where the plastic just gets that color, it might just be stained. So I'm going to try to do 4 times a year where we go and clean it, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to get up there and spray it, because you're balancing tearing versus nice cleaning, and I could probably make a better solution. You know, everything's just a cost. And right now we're in maintenance phase as we get ready for our winter planting. We're very fortunate to have a winter planting. So we're gonna plant in Clavaria, we're gonna plant American pumpkin again. So we got that going on. I'll shoot video up there. It's amazingly cold. I think it'll do really well. We're also building a greenhouse up there, so we're gonna be able to do bell pepper up in that area. We're gonna do bell pepper here. When I'm ready to do bell pepper, I'm killing this Sili unless I really need it, or I'm gonna start and then come in here. It just depends. It's just the bell peppers just earn more per square meter than the Sili Labuyo that we're growing. So we'll change that up. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of stuff. You saw the fields out there planted. I have vanilla over there. We'll go do a vanilla check. And then we have, that's pretty much it. And that'll take us right up until the end of the year. And that'll be pretty much it for this year. So we got small batch peppers going on. Let's go take a look at vanilla. We'll go walk over here before I go to serve Trina. I'll try to get her to come pick some chilies with me. Still one of the best videos I had. Maybe it was one of my viral videos, and it was just us time-lapsing planting tomatoes. So I thought that was silly. That's one of the best videos I've done, and it's always good because it was in the rain too. I think there's people like that one. So we got our vanilla here. I've slowly propagated them at my other location, and now we're getting them acclimated to this temperature here. And I just butted them up against the trees, easiest way, just 'cause I'm trying to see what environments they're gonna tolerate. Some of these, you can start seeing some of the growth. So right here, that's a new growth of a root. So it's getting ready to actually shoot off its new end. So that's good to see there. I did fertilize with Osmocote, which I do like a lot. And it seems to have done really well. So that looks pretty good. Here's our bamboo, our kawaii. So it's 3 meters long, 1 meter is gonna go in the ground. And then we're gonna plant them inside the rows there. And then that's gonna be our home for vanilla. I'm just gonna grow it straight up. It's just cheaper than doing concrete. I know concrete doesn't have any of the diseases, but look, we're gonna be using mostly organic methods for our vanilla. And that's gonna be our fertilizer and whatever. They're gonna have pathogens in them, or they're gonna have whatever. So there's no worry about this, because we're just gonna treat it and get it. So it's just one of the cheaper things. I know concrete and everything else can be a little more sterile, but you know, at the end of the day, I think this will be okay. I just want to point out like how this greenhouse was built the same time as those, but it's so much cleaner. Maybe we need to scrub harder up there. Want to go pick chilies? No, it's nice and cold, isn't it? There's a hammock, but it's probably wet. So that's one of the big things. So we're gonna plant these out. So it's gonna be like every 2 meters. So I want 20 vanillas here, 20 vanillas there, 20 vanillas there for 60 total, which is pretty good. My goal is to get about 1,000 vanillas up here somewhere. So either under shaded protection or out in the field. We'll just figure out what's going to be the best one, because we have like such weather like this. It might work out pretty well for vanilla, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's go see if we can pick some chilies.